Sure?
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, maybe that was a little too hard.
Oops.
Tesla Model S Plaid burst into flames earlier this week while the owner was driving it, just 3 days after delivery. The driver's attorney says the driver was initially not able to get out of the car as the locks malfunctioned, and he had to force his way to the door, through the door, to escape. According to the Lower Merion Fire Department in Pennsylvania, copious amounts of water were poured on the vehicle for over 2 hours in order to extinguish the fire and render the scene safe.
So we all know Elon Musk with his fantastical projects and ridiculous failures over the past several years where libertarians have held him up as some sort of hero or icon that's going to bring us to Mars and solve climate change, and he's going to bring in the crypto future. But of course, much like every other project that Elon Musk has done, his new factory in Germany for Teslas is turning out to be a failure. And the reason for this failure is actually because of climate change. And it highlights a critical issue with electric cars that we all need to realize. You see, this Tesla factory is going to require a lot of water, but the problem is in the area where they're trying to set up the factory and expand it, there's actually a water shortage right now because of a bunch of droughts that are caused by climate change. And so this plan, it turns out, is falling short. But it's just like every other plan that Elon Musk has. The only difference being a lot more people than Elon Musk seem to think that electric cars are the solution to the future. That is how we are going to solve the carbon emissions caused by transportation. But unfortunately, that is simply not the case because the incredible amount of resources that are necessary in order for everybody to individually have their own electric car, it is simply not feasible and is fundamentally not a climate change solution. Electric cars don't really solve the problem because they require so many resources. This reality is why this plan from Elon Musk is doomed to fail, because according to Jörg Steinbach, Brandenburg's economy minister, quote, "The current water supply is sufficient for the first stage of the factory, but when Tesla expands the factory, the area will need more water." And this reality doesn't just exist in Germany. It exists all over the United States and all over the world because we are facing a crisis of water right now around the world. There's instability in terms of water supplies, and it is because of the climate changes that have been happening in terms of the distribution of water and the changes in patterns of precipitation. The fact of the matter is that we are too little too late when it comes to climate change, and we simply don't have the resources to scale up projects like these Tesla factories around the world, and instead we should be focusing on high-speed rail. And the good news is it actually isn't that difficult to set up high-speed rail. If you look at countries like China, you can see that they have thousands of miles of high-speed rail that they have set up in just a few short years. And if we really wanted to, we could take the initiative and do the same thing here in the United States and greatly eliminate the need for cars altogether. What few cars would need to exist, we can work on converting those into electric vehicles. But ultimately, everybody having an electric vehicle is not feasible, and everybody continuing to have a petroleum vehicle is not feasible. So once again, we're put in a position where we need to learn the lesson that billionaire investors are not going to save us from climate change. They are out to make a profit, and they really don't care about specific water or climate issues in any particular region because they think they can use their money to escape these problems, just like Elon Musk thinks that he can escape the world's problems by going to Mars.
This is Ben Carollo with Rebel Headquarters. You can catch my show Galaxy Brain on the Young Turks Twitch channel every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to stay up to date with my content, you can follow me at Benjamin Carollo on Twitter. And lastly, to those of you who might be wondering or have noticed, my pronouns are in fact she, her.